Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave YouTube channel. This is Henry and today is Thursday, December 15. The time is 4:30 a.m. GMT. Today we are going to be looking at the chart of the euro. This is a 45 minutes chart here. Now we can see we are in the form of some kind of a diagonal here, right? We have ended 1 here, 2, now looking for with 3, and then from there we can get 4, and then one more push higher 5. Now the 1 hour doesn't really show the whole picture here, but for now the idea here is we need to zoom out to get some better ideas where we are. So let me show you in the daily time frame here. So this is the daily time frame. So if you try to copy this 1 and 2, 104.41, so let's find out where it is. 104.43. So this one is your 1 and 2 right here, right? So that's your 1 and 2, and now we are about to finish with 3, and then with 4 and then with 5. So it is a diagonal, right? It's a diagonal starting from here. So this 1, 2, and then should be looking for 3 or 4 at 5, right? Something like this. Then once we finish that 5 ways up, we should finish the cycle from November 22nd. So that's the short-term cycle that we're looking at when we look at the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so once that shorter cycle 5 waves diagonal end, which looks like some kind, if you take a look at the entire structure here, okay, it does look like an impulse, right? It does look like an impulse. It is not a corrective structure, right? And once we finish that 5 waves, we should at the least end the cycle from November 22nd, and possibly can even end from September 28, right? So if you label this 1, 2, let's say, so that means let's call this your 1, which is in the higher degree, of course. This is your 1, this is your 2. Then your 3 and 4 could be here, right? It could be here technically. I mean, I know this one, you can, this is 1, 2. Maybe somewhere here can be your 3 and 4. So this is the more conservative view, is like this. In which case then after you finish the cycle, you could start doing a 3 pullback, right? You could start doing 3 pullback. The less the more aggressive view, you can also call it only ending 3 right here. But the if you look at the shorter cycle, let's say if you go down on the 4 hour time frame, you can see the divergence right now in the market. Let's say if I downgrade to 4 hours, you can see the divergence here, right? In the RS and the momentum here. So that suggests discount is okay for now, that we are in a 5 ways up, right? We are in the 5 ways up, and then we should be looking for a 3 pullback. Now the other thing is, this cycle is quite mature, guys. You can already see the divergence, right? In other words, it could finish anytime, any moment. So I mean, even though that basically, if you look at the 4 hour, this is what it looks like right now, right? This is what it looks like. So this 1 hour, if you look at the 4 hour, it will look like this. Now another possibility here is, if you want to, you can actually make a count so that this 5 ways from here is completed. So you just move it here, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can call it completed. You can call it completed anytime, right? Anytime, any moment, it could be complete. So yes, even though there is still not yet any significant reaction to the downside yet, but there is enough swing that we can, if you want to, you can adjust the count, calling complete. But of course, because it is a 5 waves, you can always open up extension higher, because that's the nature of 5 waves. It can continue to open extension higher, right? So for now, this is basically the assumption here, the count that we could be looking for a little bit more upside, but this cycle is mature, and this cycle from here could be also ending as well when this cycle ends. And then once that ends, we should be looking for a bigger 3-year pullback, right? Minimum 3-year pullback of this cycle, and then it could even finish this September cycle and correct this entire rally in a bigger 3-year pullback. Okay, so the idea in the 1 hour time frame then is, for now, as long as we can stay by 104.40, we still have a chance to extend higher before we finish the cycle. But is it really very bullish though? The answer is no. It's kind of at the end. It's a diagonal, and it has enough number of swing, right? So you don't want to call it completed when you don't see significant reaction, especially if the structure is a 5 wave. So you open extension higher, but what you need to be aware of right now is the following. As long as you can see the divergence here, as long as the divergence is not erased, this structure is mature. It could finish anytime, and we can get a bigger 3-year pullback. So that's actually the main key point, right? Not necessarily, oh, this is bullish, this is bearish, and so on. Again, it is a 5-way structure, right? And there are always alternates. We can call it completed and so on. So because the structure is mature, but it is a 5 wave. So 5 waves is kind of tricky in the sense that it can always extend as much as it wants to and open up extension higher, but it is mature. And as long as we don't erase the divergence here, then we should be looking for the cycle to end soon, and then we should be getting a 3-year pullback. Okay, so in the meantime, for now, as long as we stay above here, any pullback still can extend higher a little bit more before we finish the bigger cycle. All right, so that's the update for euro dollars, and as always, we're gonna update all this thing in our service. If you do want to get regular updates, you can try our service. We have 14 days trial, and the link is in the description of the video. I'll see you all again next time, and have a nice day, everyone.